Hello, welcome to a new vlog. This one is going to be a little bit different. It is going to be a standalone vlog, just this one day. Fingers crossed I can get everything planned for today done in one day. I've made myself some tea. It's nice and piping hot. I don't know if you can see the steam coming off of it, but yeah, I've got a Christmas candle burning. I've had Christmas music going. We're channeling all the calm, peaceful vibes. We're just gonna take everything as it comes. So today is Wednesday. It is Veterans Day, which means I have a very rare full day off in the middle of the week. And there's someone pulling into my parking lot playing music outside, so I'm sorry. So today is the day that I am uploading Brave With You, my next novel. For those who are new here, I have one novel out already, and that is this one, A Brave Start. Brave With You is the follow-up. It is book 2 in the Across the Pond series, and that is scheduled, fingers crossed, to come out sometime next month in December. So yeah, it's a big day. So today the plan is to create both the paperback and the ebook, the Kindle version of Brave With You. So those are two separate processes on Amazon within KDP. Last year I did KDP, I did the Kindle book first on Christmas Day. It was fully live by late that night, early the next morning. The paperback followed a few months later in April. This time I'm planning on doing everything together. So I'm going to create both books today. I'm going to start with the paperback. I'm not going to talk you through step by step. If anyone wants to see step by step of how you upload a book to KDP, there are a number of much shorter, much less chatty videos that you can watch on that subject, and that's what I did last year. The actual act of publishing is pretty quick. I'll try to include some time lapses, but basically to explain what you'll see in any of those time lapses is it's a 3-page process, a 3-step process. I like to think of the paperback as having a 4th step. So with paperback or a Kindle, you have 3 pages that you go through in creating your book on Amazon KDP. And this is also just Amazon KDP. At this point, I don't publish wide. I am strictly Amazon KDP. I also have my book, and the second book will be this way as well, available through Kindle Unlimited. So they are in KU, which is kind of what the reader side of it is called from the author perspective. My books will be enrolled in Kindle Select. There are pros and cons of doing that, but I think as a first-time author, early stage author, I do like being in Kindle Select. At some point I do want to publish wide, and at that point I will take the books out of Kindle Select, but for now that is how they are. So as a KDP author, as someone who publishes solely on Amazon KDP, it's a 3-step process. So the first step is putting in all of your product information. So that's the title, the author, the series title if it's a series, your keywords, your category, your book description, all of that information, basically all the information that's going to go on the product page and that is going to help the Amazon algorithm with searching. So the keywords and the categories and things like that. Then you click to the next page, and that is the content page. That's the big one. That's where you upload your cover file and where you upload your manuscript file. And that is where you then get to proof it, and then you click approve. And then you can move on to the 3rd page of the upload process, and that is the rights and pricing page. And so that's where you say that yes, you have the right to publish this book, it is your work, and you sort out how much you want to price your book for. And that's also where I think you can select to enroll in Kindle Select so that your book is available in KU, your ebook, and all of that stuff. And then you either save it as a draft, which is what I will be doing today, but then when you're ready, you go back through, clicking through to that 3rd page, and that's where the publish button is. And so you hit publish. So publish won't happen till December, late November, early December. But today I will go through the 3 pages. I will save everything as a draft. And then the 4th step for the paperback before you hit publish is ordering the author copy. So once you have everything uploaded and you've saved the book as a draft on KDP, you can then go through the process of requesting to purchase an author copy. Within 4 hours, I think it was, send you a special link, because obviously you can't buy your book yet, it's not available. So they have to generate a special product page link to purchase your author copy. So that gets sent within 4 hours, and then you have 24 hours from when that link arrives to make your purchase. Last time I feel like I got that link within about 2 hours, so I'm hoping by the end of today I will be able to order my author copy. The big goals for today are to create both the books in my bookshelf and order the author copy. Once that is all done, it's a waiting game. Once that's done, I just wait until that author copy or that proof copy arrives. So this was the proof for the first book, so it's got this not for resale banner on it. But other than that, everything is the same. So you can see what the inside looks like, what the margins, page numbering, font, all of that stuff. So I can go through and check where I had like text messages and make sure that all of that font turned out right. So that is the step we are hoping to get all the way to. It is 12:13, so it's still midday. I think I still have plenty of time, but it's definitely daunting and nerve-wracking because it does feel like there's a bunch of little things that can go wrong. But looking back at last time, the things that went wrong were mostly formatting issues, and because I used vellum this time around, fingers crossed, everything should go up and look fine. Last time I also had issues with the paperback cover looking a bit blurry. I'm hoping that won't happen. Anyway, I'm going to get through this process, and then at the end of the video I will come back with an update. And then I've got a few more sneaky updates because, as I've teased in previous stuff, I've been working on a second project, and it's one that you guys don't know anything about. So stay tuned because I am going to be announcing that one in this video. I keep looking at it on my external monitor where I've got it pulled up, and yeah, there's a book there. There's now 2 books on my bookshelf, not just the one. The author copy has been ordered. It should arrive sometime next week. Fingers crossed it comes on time and everything, and that it looks right. Where things will go next, the book is not slated to come out until the beginning of December. So I will give you more updates on specific-ish dates and how the actual launch is going to go. I will tell you guys about that closer to the time. But it is coming. We are now back on track, back on schedule, and I am so relieved. It has been a bit of a trial to get up to this point, and I just feel like I can finally breathe now, sort of, because now I shift into other work. And so now we get into the announcements, news, updates portion of this video. So I'll talk a little bit more about Across the Pond in a minute, but first, for people who have come over from someone else's channel for this video, I just want to get right into it. So next year I am planning on publishing not 1, not 2, but 3 books. Hopefully, if all things go according to plan. Definitely 2. The third one, which will be the middle one, is what I'm still waiting to kind of see if I can manage to pull out of the bag. But I've already got a great start because the first book slated to come out next year has already been written. So, as some of you guys have probably picked up over watching the last several vlogs, as I've been editing Brave With You, I have also been writing in another project, and I've referred to it as my other project, my secret project, the project I can't talk about right now. And at long last, I can finally talk about it. So the reason I was able to write a second book this year in the middle of a pandemic and everything else that was going on is because I didn't write the full book by myself. I technically wrote half a book. I have co-written a book with none other I'm so excited to finally announce this. With none other than my bestie, BFF, soul sister, work wife, Tamsin from the channel Tamsin Lena. So Tamsin and I have teamed up and written a book together. I can't tell you much. We're gonna kind of tease out little snippets and hints and teasers and things of the book over the next few months. So it's still in the very early stages. The manuscript is still pretty rough. We haven't started any of the major content and developmental editing. So that is kind of the next phase that we are moving into, and then we'll add in the feedback from the beta readers. And yeah, it's exciting. I can say it is a dual POV book. So Tamsin wrote one of the points of view and I wrote the other. So make sure that you are following not only me, but also Tamsin on her Instagram and YouTube. And there's a loud truck outside. We're just gonna close that window until I'm done filming. So yeah, we're excited. It is coming out sometime next year. There will be more information on release dates and all of that as we get closer and as we get a better sense of how much work needs to be done. And then, so that will be the first release for me next year, and I'm very excited. We are self-publishing it. We went back and forth. We considered trying to query it, but I'm just a massive proponent of self-publishing and indie publishing and being an indie author. I have fully embraced that identity. So I kind of left it up to Tamsin. I told her that I'd support whatever she wanted to do. Ultimately, we decided self-publishing was the right way to go for this book as well. So I'm very excited. So stay tuned to both of us. Make sure that you're following Tamsin because we'll both be posting updates on Instagram and YouTube. If you have come over from Tamsin's video, hi, welcome. If you don't already know me, it's been a while since we've been able to, it's been not quite a year since she was here. It's been over a year since I've been to the UK. So it's been a while since we've shown up in each other's videos. So if you are new to this channel today, then hi, welcome. I hope you'll stick around. We both will be documenting the rest of this experience. As you've seen me talk about with the Across the Pond series, in the vlogs I will start mentioning what is what. We need to figure out, Tamsin and I need to figure out like what we're gonna call this before we reveal the title, because I've at least been able to refer to Brave With You as Across the Pond Book 2, but this will be a standalone, so I don't know what we're gonna call it. I need to ask her that, because I don't want to blow the title too early, but I will be mentioning project with Tamsin and the progress that we make. She basically, we were talking back in May, I think, and she's been such a huge help in me working on the Across the Pond series, and she's been such a huge proponent and advocate for this series, and one of my biggest cheerleaders in regard to this series. I had messaged her, or we'd FaceTimed the night before, and I had just in a burst of inspiration had an idea for what will be at least a 5-book series, if not an ongoing indefinite series. I'll mention that in a second. And I had the first 5 books like mapped out, like here's who it will be about, here's what it will be about, here's what the series in general will be about, and she was really excited about it. And then either in that same conversation or the next day, she's like, so I've had an idea, but I need your help. So yeah, she explained the idea, and I kind of was intrigued at the idea of co-writing something. I will definitely talk more about the process of co-writing a book, how it differed from the process of solo authoring 2 books now, because there are definitely differences in the process. I don't know that I would have done this with anyone but Tamsin. but it's been a really interesting and unique process. I'm excited to tell you guys more about that project as we release more details, and I'm excited for that book to come out. And I'm excited at the idea of having more than one book come out next year. So already this year I've had the experience of working on 2 projects at once. And so I had our project going on kind of at the same time as working on Brave With You. They were just at different stages. So I didn't really start writing our book. I almost said the title. I didn't start writing an our book until I had finished the first draft of Brave With You. And so when I moved into the editing phase of Brave With You, that was when I started writing in Tamsin and I's book. And so now Brave With You is about to shift off. I'm still working on it, and I'm still doing a lot of pre-marketing, pre-launch stuff. So it's still kind of on, Brave With You is still kind of on my publishing calendar and is still a book I am working on. My project with Tamsin is now moving into the editing phase, which means the next project is able to drop onto the calendar in the outlining and developing stage. So I don't want to say too much. Just how much do I want to say about this? I can tell you it will be an ongoing series, kind of the way that Across the Pond is. Each book will be a different character, all within the same world of the book. It will be a cozy romance series. So if you're a fan of cozy romance in general, I hope you'll enjoy these. I think you'll also enjoy them if you like the Across the Pond series. They're not going to be that drastically different in terms of the genre. I do like blending and mixing genres. I'm really excited. So that book is now going to drop onto the rotation of books I'm working on in the outlining and developing stages. So as I am waiting for the proof copy of Brave With You and starting to get like imagery and marketing stuff, in line and ready to go, and as I'm moving forward on editing the project with Tamsin, now I'm also going to start outlining and developing and brainstorming for this other book. I think that's where I'm going to stop on the updates. But yeah, to recap, Brave With You is locked and loaded, and then next year you can expect the book that I have co-written with Tamsin to come out in the earlier part of the year, definitely within the first half of 2021, and then in the second half of 2021 you will have book 1 of a whole new series from me and book 3 of the Across the Pond series, which will kind of tie up Eleanor's story before we move on to other characters in the Across the Pond world in book 4, which will come out in December of 2022. And then I've got a few other books up my sleeve in 2022, but I will announce those probably sometime next year. So you're just gonna have to wait a little bit. I'm gonna wrap this video up. If you have any questions, I know Tamsin is going to be doing a Q&A about the book on her channel. I would love to do a Q&A on my book with Tamsin, on other plans, on the Across the Pond series, any book self-publishing questions that you have specifically or generally, please put them in the comments because I would love to film a Q&A. I've been wanting to do that for a while. I will leave Tamsin's links down below. Please go watch her announcement video. Please go follow her on everything if you are not already. So give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe down below if you are not subscribed. That would be amazing. Say hi in the comments. Leave your questions for a future Q&A. And I will see you all soon in the next video. Thank you very much for watching this one. Bye-bye!